Would you say taxidermy is an art?
Definitely an art. My name is Richard G. Santomauro. I'm the owner of Wildlife Taxidermy in Wall, New Jersey. I've got a dog groomer on one side of me, and I've got a veterinarian on the other side. So if she can't clean them and he can't save them, we mount them.
That looks so real.
Thank you. That's a compliment. Right now we're in the middle of our deer season, so we have a lot of deer coming in. This is where we do the gory part. We skin out the deer heads. This is an ear turned inside out. And he's doing the lips right now. All the heads that come in, they all have to be skinned out. This is where the heavier work is done. This is a fleshing machine. You slide the skin across this blade and it shaves the skins down, takes the fat, the grease, and everything off of it. This is a pickle solution, and in here are many animals, deer, bears, people's pets, foxes, you name it. It keeps the pH at 1. Bacteria cannot survive, so it can stay in there for years. This is peroxide. The peroxide that you use for the cut is 0.03. Very mild, you can put it in an open cut. The stuff that we're using is 35.0, and this will take the meat or the skin right off of the skull. There's a deer skull. I put it in complete. Had its hair, meat, and everything on it. There's nothing on that, that's it. We do the skull of an animal a lot of times out of plaque if the customer doesn't want to spend the bigger dollars for the shoulder mount. 11-year-old girl shot, that's her first deer, small buck. We do a lot of deer. That's my bread and butter. We do bears, we do African safaris. They come in, they usually go hunting in June and July. And they come in with a whole safari maybe 6 months later. Yeah, that's a deer that just came in last night. It's still frozen. It's not thawed out all the way, but it is thawing out. We'll get that one skinned later this afternoon. So we leave enough skin to mount the animal like this or like this. It's a Canadian lynx. Beautiful soft fur. Look at the size of the feet on that. He runs through the snow up in Canada. That's a warthog from Africa. This is a greater kudu. They've got long horns. Some of them are almost 52 inches long. We do have a black leopard, and there's his feet. There's so many animals in here, I don't have any room for all of the stuff. We've got all kinds of birds, pheasants and roosters and chickens and turkeys. We do a lot of peacocks. We do a lot of fish.
How do they differ from, like, animals with fur?
When you do a fish, like that striped bass there, that's a skin mount. That's got the skin of the actual fish, and then it's airbrushed. Now, we're taking a photograph of the fish in a plastic mold.
What's the purpose of changing from skin to photograph?
That's what the bass looks like when you take it out of the water or it's swimming. That's just an interpretation of it.
A successful taxidermy job is making it look exactly like it did when it was alive?
If you can make it look alive, you're complimenting your trade, and the customer is going to be happy as hell. When a customer comes in with a pet, you got to treat them different. Somebody sees a deer, they pick up the gun, boom, deer's done. All they see is the horns. When you're with a dog, you're with it 12, 13, 15, 17, 18 years. You know that animal inside and out. Fluffy's got to look like Fluffy. So I get hundreds of pictures when I do a person's cat or a dog, and that's the way you have to do it.
So you got to really understand, like, animal anatomy.
Yeah, I've got a library of every animal that you could possibly imagine, even extinct animals.
Is there a question you get asked most frequently?
You haven't heard some of the questions I've had. Can you do my grandfather's leg and make it a floor lamp?
Would you know how to do a human?
I could probably do it. I would have to do some more research on it because I've never worked with a human skin. Obviously, it would have to be airbrushed. But again, it's against the law. You can't do that.
Is there an animal you've yet to do that you want to one day?
I like to do a tiger. I've done renovations on tigers. Bengal tiger was shot in 1910, and we had to renovate it. It had no whiskers, add the whiskers, change the eyes, had to replace all the claws, they were all gone. If you've seen a TV show, you've seen my animals. For props, we'd put animatronics in some of them if they want a deer that got hit on the road and they want the chest coming up and down and they want steam coming out of his nostrils. I love it. I get up in the morning, I'm 75, I get up in the morning, I can't wait to get to the shop.